Hey, how you doing? So, did you know today is a special day? Even though we didn't have school today, the teachers worked and all the staff worked. So, today is called World Read Aloud Day. And let me just give you a little bit of information about what that's about, and then I'm going to read aloud to you today, even though you weren't in school. So now you can go, if you subscribe to my channel, it'll pop up, but if you didn't, then maybe hopefully you can read this, find it tomorrow whenever you are maybe reading or listening to my vocabulary video, okay? So let me just give you a little information about World Read Aloud Day. Every year during the beginning of February, World Read Aloud Day highlights the importance of reading aloud and sharing stories. Participants are encouraged to select a book, find a friend, and read aloud. So, I selected a book, I found a friend, here you guys are, and girls, and I'm going to read aloud. The day also encourages parents to read aloud to their children. So that's the other reason that I wanted to share this day, is so that maybe your parents can read you a book tonight. And there are some hashtags. Here's a picture about, it's sponsored by, it's put out by Scholastic. So today, February 3rd, that's why we would have recognized it here at school, but we were not here. But I wanted to go ahead and acknowledge that this is a national day. It says, to spread awareness for the day, use hashtag World Read Aloud Day on social media. Be sure to post a picture of the book you read out loud. Remember, this is one day that parents and children can hashtag celebrate every day. So, there are over 170 countries celebrating this day. It's become like a very popular movement, and a lot of celebrities will read. So you might see on social media today where some celebrities have read out loud today. It says, it's easy to participate. Simply find someone or a group of people to read a book to. So, and just like that's what I'm about to do. So, let's see if there's anything else I wanted to. It's been going on for about 12 years. It was created by the nonprofit organization called Lit World, and it's all about bringing people together through stories, and that they will be more important than ever this year when the shared experience and connection of reading aloud is so needed in all of our communities. So now what they're talking about is, this year we've had the pandemic, and a lot of people are not able to get together in person, okay? And so this is the way we get together, right? We get together through a computer, through Zoom, or through email, or through Facebook, or through any kind of live, method of communicating, or it could be recorded. Well, so they're talking about that this is just now more important than ever. This is another way that we can make those connections, and another way that we can reach out to each other, okay? So, I just wanted to let you know that today is an important day, World Read Aloud Day. And it is the first February. That's what I had read. It's always the first Wednesday in February. That's when it's celebrated. All right. So here's the book I chose, called the Storybook Night. Even dragons love a good story. This is a 3.2. It's worth half a point, of course. And the quiz number is 184974. And since this is about reading and about stories, then that's why I chose this book. It kind of tells you about the importance of a book and the importance of a story, and how they can make things change. And so that's what you're going to find out. The Storybook Night. It is also written in rhyme. And what does that mean? That means that the words are going to sound the same, the endings of the words. And so I might ask you that as I read, which words rhymed. So here we go. This is called the title page. Oh, and it's also, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you the author and illustrator. It is story by Helen Doctry, illustrated by Thomas Doctry. They are actually a husband and wife. And I've read another, the Snatch a Book. I'm not sure if I think that they're the same author and illustrator on that book, and I have that on my, I read that during the spring. So that's one of my books that is on my YouTube channel. All right, so let's get started. Leo, here's Leo, was a gentle knight in thought and word and deed. While other knights liked fighting, Leo liked to sit and read. He was kind to every creature. He wouldn't hurt a fly. When Mom and Dad said, "Knights must fight," he couldn't quite see why. So Leo is a mouse. He's a knight. His mom and them want him to be like a knight and fight. One morning, Leo's parents said they'd like to have a chat. There was nothing wrong with reading, but he couldn't just do that. They'd seen an ad that morning in their favorite magazine. A dragon needed taming. Leo wasn't very keen. That means he did not like it. He wasn't fond. He didn't like the idea if you're not keen about something. Nonsense, you'll enjoy it. It'll stop you getting bored. In case the dragon's scary, here's a brand new shield and sword. So his mom and dad want him to go fight like a regular knight. Leo packed some sandwiches and lots of books, of course. Then with a sigh, he saddled up old Ned, his faithful horse. He hadn't traveled far, though the sun had risen high, when suddenly a fearsome creature swooped down from the sky. It had a lion's body, but it had an eagle's wings. A griffin? Marveled Leo, who had read about such things. And here's the griffin that he's talking about. So it has a lion's body and eagle's wings. "Come on," gnarled the griffin. "I dare you to fight." "I'd rather not," said Leo. "It wouldn't be quite right. I've got my brand new sword with me, so I'd be bound to win it. But how about a story with some pictures of you in it?" So, instead of fighting, what does he want to do? He wants to show him a book with pictures of other griffins. "Yes, please," the griffin nodded. He was really rather vain, which means that he likes himself a lot. So Leo read a book to him once, twice, and then again. "It's yours to keep," said Leo, as he clambered back on Ned. "Oh, thank you," cried the griffin, and he bowed his noble head. So did he fight with the griffin? No. Instead, he gave him what? A book. Leo rode for hours, though the heat was quite extreme. So here's Leo on his horse, Ned. Then stopped to have his picnic by a welcome mountain stream. "Who dares to trestle on my bridge?" inquired a hungry troll. "It's only me," said Leo. "Would you like to share my roll?" The troll just laughed. "No, thanks," he growled. "I think I'll just eat you." But Leo said, "My armor's pretty difficult to chew." So, look at that troll. Look at that. Look at Leo. He's got to be brave to be sitting in there in that troll's mouth, doesn't he? And he says, "No, I think, my armor's going to be pretty difficult to chew. I don't think you want to eat me. I've got a brilliant book, though, if you'll hang on just a minute. It's full of juicy goats, and look, it's even got you in it." That sounds good," the troll replied, his hunger put on hold. So Leo read the story with some changes, truth be told. "It's yours to keep," said Leo, as he clambered back on Ned. "Oh, thank you," cried the grateful troll and bowed his heavy head. So once more, he didn't get eaten by the troll. What did he do? What did he give the troll? He gave him a book. And so that changed the troll's mind. Leo kept on riding through that long, hot afternoon. At last he came upon a town as empty as the moon. The leaves were burnt on every tree, the grass and flowers too. He'd seen some messy streets before, but this was something new. Faces peered from windows, folks too scared to go outside. He trotted bravely onward. "Hey, watch out!" the people cried. Look at that place. That looks like just like a tornado's gone through there, and it just looks like hardly no one lives there. It just looks a mess, doesn't it? What he saw around the corner set him shaking in his shoes. The most enormous dragon who had just woken from a snooze. Look at that dragon. Oh my goodness. Look at the smoke coming out of his nostrils. The dragon raised his eyebrows. "Not another pesky night!" "Don't worry," Leo told him. "I haven't come to fight. I've got the most amazing book with loads of dragons in it. But it's going in the trash unless you clean up right this minute." That Leo, he's a brave one, isn't he? He is pretty brave. So he really believes in the power of those books, doesn't he? He really believes that those books can change those characters' point of view or their mindset, doesn't he? That says Dragon Tales on it. And now look at the dragon's face. He kind of looks just like his eyes. See over here? Look at his eyes there. His eyes look all mean and grimacing and, like intimidating. Like he's going to really, just pulverize it and take care of Leo. Well, Leo, he's very brave. He's very confident in what those books can do. And so, look, he starts out and then he picks him up. And now look at the dragon's eyes. They're changing. He says, maybe I should listen to this little dude. "Oh, don't do that," the dragon cried. "I'll clean it up right now, but I'm really bad at tidying. Perhaps you'll show me how." So Leo taught the dragon how to shovel, scoop, and clear. And one by one, the townsfolk all began to lose their fear. So all of them started coming back out. Look at the town. It looks a little brighter. It looks a little cleaner. You can tell that they're a little happier. "Now, can I have my story?" begged the dragon on his knees. So Leo read the books 6 times. A dragon's hard to please. "It's yours to keep," said Leo as he clambered back on Ned. "Oh, thank you," cried the dragon as he bowed his scaly head. So there's a couple of things that kind of happened like over and over and over. And we'll talk about those in just a minute. So now look at the dragon's eyes. They're all closed. He's bowing his head because he's thankful and grateful. When Leo reached his home at last, the cheers were long and loud. His parents hugged him very tight. "Well done! You've made us proud." Now Leo is a hero. His parents have agreed. Look, that sign. "Welcome home, Leo." And that's a nice page. I like that page. It's all bright and colorful. Everybody looks happy and content and peaceful. Look, they're hugging Leo. He doesn't have to fight at all. He's left in peace to read. There's the griffin, there's the troll, and there's what? The dragon. So, each time that Leo encountered a new character, a new obstacle, what did he do? Was he fearful? He might have been a little bit inside, but did he act like he was? No. Because he believed in the power of those books and those stories to help change those characters' minds about eating him. Okay? So, and another thing I want to point out to you is whenever you listen to kind of like a storybook or a fairy tale, and there's a problem. You have your characters, which are Leo and the troll and the dragon and the griffin, and then his parents were also characters. How many times did Leo encounter some kind of problem or some kind of obstacle to overcome? 3, right? So, and then on the third one, after the third one, the problem got solved. Because what did he find? What happened? His parents had said the problem, they wanted him to go do what? Tame this dragon. So did he tame the dragon in the end? Yes. And how was he able to do that? With a book. So, books are very powerful. Books are very strong and can send a message loud and clear and get someone's attention and get them to change their mind. There are books about just tons, hundreds and thousands of topics, any kind of book. And so in this one, it has helped save the main character's life, right? So I thought that was kind of a fitting book for today on National Read Aloud Day. And I hope that you can find somebody. If you can't find anybody, then you do the reading aloud. Go get your stuffed animals, line them up there by your bed, line them up on the floor. Go get your dog to sit there. I don't care. You do the read aloud if you can't find someone to read aloud to you. And I bet that, and I want to hear about it, okay? I want to hear if you read this or you listen to this and you read a story out loud, come and tell me in the library and tell me what was the name of the book that you read aloud and who you read aloud to. Okay? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And again, it was a 3.2. And the quiz number was 184974, the Storybook Night. And I will see you next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.